7 back in service, 1828.
Get out of the car. Then get out. No, then get out.
Get out of the car.
Get out of the car.
Get out of the car.
Yo, YouTube, what's going on? Trey back again to hit y'all with another video. Hope y'all are having a very great day. Hope y'all had a very great weekend also. My day is going absolutely wonderful. Big shout out to all the channel members and subscribers of the Trey King Show family. And much love to each and every last one of you all. And you all, we have a story out of Ohio by way of Columbus. And big shout out to everybody in the great state of Ohio, everybody inside the great city of Columbus. Now, before I start this video, I want to send a special thank you out to my channel members and also to my subscribers for sending me this story. And also, keep these stories coming. And also, before I start this story, I want to send a condolence out to the family of Takaya Young because it's very sad and tragic what happened to this young lady. Now, I want you all to put your thinking caps on today. I know it's Monday. We all just getting back into the routines of doing things. But I want you all to put your thinking caps on. And I want to ask you all before I start the story, for those who have already seen the body cam footage, do you think this shooting was justified? Let me know in the comment section. Do you think it was justified or was it not justified? Now, what's been said on the news is that Takaya Young was at a grocery store. And I'm not sure what grocery store it was, but if you know what grocery store it was, please let me know in the comment section. They say Takaya Young was at a grocery store with a group of people, and they was inside the store shoplifting. And what they were supposedly shoplifting was alcohol. Now, what's being said also was that upon Takaya Young leaving this grocery store is that she was inside her vehicle, as you all see. I could not show the whole footage of her getting shot. So if you want to see that whole footage, for those who have not seen it, click the link below and it'll take you to it. But anyway, now as you all see, two police officers approach Takaya Young inside of her vehicle. And the reason why these two police officers were said to be inside this parking lot was because they were trying to assist somebody with a locked car. Now, I thought police officers could not do that. Well, at least in the state of Texas, they don't do that anymore. Because usually back in the day, when you used to lock your keys in the car, the police would come and lock it for you. But they stopped doing that. So I guess Ohio's still doing that. If Ohio is still doing that, please let me know in the comment section also. Now, upon them helping this person try to get inside their vehicle, that's when one of the employees inside this grocery store came outside and told the cops that this young lady, who goes by the name of Takaya Young, was stealing and that she stole alcohol. So that's how the police officers ended up by Takaya Young's car. Now, as you all heard, the police was asking Takaya Young to get out the car.
7 back in service, 1828.
Get out of the car. Then get out. No, then get out.
And, you know, to pretty much comply. And no, she did not comply. She barely tapped the gas, which is very key also, because it's very different if she would have just floored the gas, because true enough, the cop would have got ran over. Now, look, I'm not making no excuses up for nobody doing nothing wrong, but at the same time, I believe, and I know in my heart, that this police officer did not have to shoot this woman. But at the same time, yes, we know that a car can be classified as a dangerous weapon. So let's get that on the set also, because we know that a car is a dangerous weapon and it can be used as a weapon. Vehicles kill people all day long. But the key thing is this right here, for those who are paying real close attention, is the fact that she barely tapped the gas. And not even a few seconds after her tapping that gas real slow, that's when the police officer pulled out his pistol and shot through the windshield and killed Takaya Young. Now, I don't know what she was struck at, what she was hit at, but evidently it was a very fatal wound because she died not too long later after that. Now, also, before I dig deep into the story, I want you all to remember one thing, is that Takaya Young was carrying a child, and the child was due in November. It was a girl that she was carrying. So that means she was close to like 5.5, close to 6 months pregnant. So not only did she lose her life, but the child that she was carrying lost her life also. And she also leaves behind one other child. So it's very tragic what happened to this young lady. But at the same time, that's why I tell you all is that you must do things the right way, because guess what? You just never know when it may be your time. Now, I do not agree with nobody trying to go to no store stealing. I do not agree with anything like that. But here's another key piece of evidence right here. The lawyer for the family said that Takaya Young put the bottles of liquor back that she was attempting to steal. She did not walk outside the store with anything stolen. Now, also remember what I just said a few minutes ago. When the employee came outside, she told the police that Takaya Young had stole some liquor. That's why the police had approached the car. Now, I don't know for sure if she put the liquor back like the lawyer of the family stated, but at the same time, all this could have been prevented. Anyway, we'll break the rest down as I read a snippet from this story. I'm going to read a quick snippet from this story, and I am going to give my opinion, all of it. Surely, as we go, Takaya Young family urges officers arrest after video shows him killing the pregnant black woman. A sad damn situation. And one key piece of evidence that the police said that it's not proper procedure or protocol for the police officers to stand in front of a vehicle Because guess what? They can get ran over. So I don't really know why the officer was standing in front of the vehicle, but at the same time, we're not making up excuses for anyone, but this could have easily been avoided. Anyway, authorities in Ohio on Friday released police body cam footage showing the fatal police shooting of Takal Young, a young black woman who was pregnant. Young's family has seen the video, the family's lawyer said. Now, it took a while for this body cam footage to get released. And that's why I want to ask you all, why in the hell does it take so long for the body cam footage to get released when people are gunned down by these police officers? I mean, do they edit the footage? Do they have to come up with some kind of story to go along with the footage? Why in the hell does it take so long for them to release the footage to the public? Because remember, this shooting took place on August the 24th, and they just now released this body cam footage a few days ago on Friday. Anyway, let's continue. Now, the footage showing Young slowly accelerating toward an officer in her path as he yelled for her to stop before firing the single bullet that ended her life. And the key point is this right here, as the news stated, not what I stated. It says the footage showed Young slowly accelerating toward the officer. Now, look, we already know that a car can be classified as a dangerous weapon because that's exactly what it is. But at the same time, the key word is that she slowly accelerated. Now, how many times we seen these police officers arrested other people of color, other different races, and these people be fighting them, jumping on them, and being vehicles also driving off. And guess what? Rarely do you see the police officer gun them people down also, you know, especially shooting through the windshield at the person. Anyway, let's continue. The 21-year-old from Columbus was pronounced dead shortly after the August 24th shooting outside a grocery store in Blendon Township. Her unborn daughter did not survive. And that's very tragic right there. That's a very sad situation for that unborn child, which is totally innocent in this whole matter. You know what I'm saying? That's the only one that's really totally innocent is the baby, because the baby didn't have no choice. The baby have to be with the mama, of course. But at the same time, I wish Takal Young would have thought about all this before she went inside the store. Now also think about this. The employee stated that Takal Young was with a group of people. So if she was with a group of people, where's the group of people at that was allegedly with Takal Young that was inside the store stealing? And why haven't they been arrested also if they was inside the store stealing? Anyway, let's go and wrap it up. Now the footage that you all see, which I had to edit, shows a police officer at Takal Young's window demanding her to get out of the car. And no, she did not get out the car. The officer asked several times. But my thing is this right here. You see one officer standing at the window and then another one go in front of the car. And like I told you all, even the police stated that, as you all see at the bottom, that is not proper procedure. That's not how they was trained to stand in front of the car. Because guess what? Now you're putting yourself at risk. So let's think about this on another level. Do you think the police officer stood in front of the car to put himself at risk? And that way he can have an excuse and be justified if he have to use deadly force and pull his gun. Because if you're not trained that way, why in the hell did you stand in front of the car? And once again, for those out there who try to find fault in everything I say, we are not making up excuses for this woman's behavior. But at the same time, this could have easily been avoided. Because one key thing, well, really several key things is this right here, is the fact, yeah, she was wrong. She was inside the vehicle. She could have got out the car. Yes, we understand that. And also, what a lot of you all gonna say, she should have complied. I agree with that. I totally agree with that. But the point is this right here. The story says that she slowly accelerated the car. The footage showed that. So the officer could have easily got out the path of the car if he felt that his life was in immediate danger. Because remember one thing, it's a difference between barely tapping the gas and putting the pedal to the metal. You get what I'm saying? It's a whole difference. Now let's look at it this way also. If Takal Young really was intended to run this police officer over, don't you think that she would have mashed the gas or she would have barely tapped it? No, she would have mashed the gas. So she clearly was trying to avoid arrest, true enough, by not getting out of the car. We understand that. But at the same time, if this woman really wanted to run the cop over, she could have easily did so. But as you all see, she barely tapped the gas. So the point I'm trying to make is this right here. Other measures could have been used instead of him having to fire through this window, killing this woman. You get what I'm saying? They could have did several other things. Now, anyway, let's continue. Sean Walton, an attorney for the Young family, said on Thursday that the family grew frustrated with delays in the police department timeline for releasing body cam footage. He said the community would be outraged. She was an unarmed pregnant mother of two. It goes beyond the unjustifiable. So I'm going to ask you all this once again. Do you think the police officer was justified in using deadly force? Or do you think the police officer could have did something a little bit different? That way he would have to use deadly force. And in closing, this comes from the union spokesperson for the Columbus Police Department. He says this right here. The fact is the officer had to make a split-second decision while in front of a moving vehicle a 2,000-pound weapon, as you all see. So I'm going to say this right here. We understand that the vehicle weighs a lot. We understand that it's a weapon also. It can be used as a weapon. But at the same time, if this police officer was not trained that way, why in the hell would he stand in front of the car? Why would you put yourself in harm's way if you're not trained that way? So it seemed like to me that the police officer stood in front of the car to have a reason to use deadly force. But anyway, you all let me know what you think about this story. I have put the GoFundMe link up for those who want to help with burial expenses for Takaya Young. And if you could do so, please do so, because it's very sad and tragic what happened. And once again, in closing, we're not making up excuses for anybody out here doing wrong. But at the same time, when the footage shows that this police officer could have did something a little bit different, don't you think that he should have did something different instead of reaching down and grabbing his gun and shooting through the windshield? Because guess what? He had time to get out the way of that vehicle because the vehicle was not going fast. Even the story said it itself that she was slowly accelerating. And true enough, she should have complied. She should have got out. But at the same time, it's a difference between barely tapping the gas and easing off, because we all do that sometimes. We pull out our driveway. And it's a whole total difference than going 80, 90 miles per hour coming towards somebody. And that's where you want to have a split second at. Anyway, you all let me know what you think about the story. If there's anything I may have missed or misinformed, which is not my true intent, please let me know in the comment section, or you can email me and we can talk about it more there. If you like the video, push that like button. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel, become a channel member. Also, share the video with your family and friends. Till next time, you all stay blessed. And I will see you all soon on the next Trey King Show. And guess what? I'm out.